Hi, my name is Nanna and it's the middle of March 2024. I'm back in the chair in the kitchen, which is cozy and nice, having just been for a walk, and my goodness me, it is cold and it is raw and the whole countryside is masked behind deep fog. So it's definitely nice to come back inside and find the nice warm tea after that. I was speaking with Yvonne and we thought the right poem for today would be one I wrote recently called Hovering Between the Worlds, which fits the foggy day, which also fits this strange between the seasons time. Is it winter? Or is it spring? And it also fits the strange time of so many changes taking place both on the inner and on the outer. And so that can also give a sense of hovering between worlds. The fog can have its beauty though, I have to say. It has a certain mysterious quality to its holding of things. But it can also remind me of something perhaps less beautiful that I was thinking about recently, which has to do with when I become very worried. And I can become very worried. Worried about people I love, worried about the state of the world, worried. And what I have noticed is that when my worried mind defines me, I can't find anything to look forward to. A bit like walking through the fog, you can't see anything that you're walking towards. When the worried mind defines me, it seems like there's nothing to look forward to. Only loss. And the way through that seems to be to return to the present moment, to notice the coziness of the roaring fire, the warmth of the tea, the little snowdrops in the garden, all the deliciousnesses that are present with me right here, right now. And then things don't seem so bleak. But I do feel it's something to be alert to in myself, and you can see if you recognize this, not to let the worried mind entirely define who we are, but rather to witness it, notice, the worries are here, but then step into a deeper holding or a deeper presence of something. And it's not surprising that we would be worried because they're difficult days. And yet, so that has been with me. And also the sense, hence the title of the poem, Hovering Between the Worlds, because it seems to be, in some senses, a time like that. And if the mind is not connected to heart, body and soul, but is off on its own machinations, trouble is likely to arise. So we need to invite it to reconnect with the knowing of the body, the feelings of the heart, the deeper wisdom of the soul, and ask it to support that rather than trample all over it. So I think we're approaching the time when it's right to read you a poem. And this was written recently after having been around the garden. And it's called Hovering Between the Worlds. And you can see if you recognize any of this in your being. Spring equinox approaches. Yet a slow saunter round the garden with the early morning reveals all the snowdrops have fallen over, flattened by a strong frost in the night that has coated the world with ice and soft sparkles. I cannot help but wonder, is this spring or is it winter still? As the day warms, the sparkles melt away and disappear into a mist that hides the contours of things, including the horse in a neighbouring field. It just seems to hover between worlds with no legs to stand on. Perhaps he's like me, hovering between old forms, and the emergent, missing places I used to live, and people too far away. A sense of nostalgia befalls me, letting me know I have perhaps not yet grieved the loss of them enough. I may not have grieved the loss of them enough, or allowed myself to feel the love of them enough, lest it might prove too painful or require something of me I'm unable or unwilling to fulfill. Some ache, some sense of longing and loss is wanting to be held in a kindful embrace. Some quest for integration and wholeness is taking place. A great sigh suffuses my being as tears begin to fall, mingling with the mist and inviting me simply to love all I love and be more fully here. Be more fully here, no matter the season. As the sun begins breaking through the cloud and the mist clears, I notice, no, I missed a line there, I apologise. As the sun begins breaking through the cloud and the mist clears, my tears dry. And I notice the snowdrops are all standing up again, their white heads gleaming in the sunlight. The horse, its elegant legs visible, begins to amble across the paddock, and I begin to amble across the lawn, back into the house, grateful and renewed by my small adventure in the garden.